Salwete people, and welcome back. We're approaching the Dredge Godstone with Arjuna, who is, well, she's, I guess, immortal then? Because that's what, like, she died for real the first time. Then this is, what, the third time she's died? Because she got, yeah, I don't know. An enormous bell hangs from the carved stonework. Even untouched, it hums with a strange, deep resonance. Alfred says, the sculptors built this godstone to themselves. They raise bells made of those who have passed. It's said that a part of them lives in the sound of these bells, and they can visit their ancestors this way. Spar crosses his arms. That would explain the spooks. The stone singer approaches the godstone, hands up, shaking his head in warning. He seems to diligently avoid touching anything. At the godstone center, an enormous bell dwarfs the other. Smaller chimes hang throughout. The bell's handle calls to you on a primal level. Are you thinking of ringing it or kissing it, Spar asks? I wouldn't do either. That sounds like a bad time. I can hardly think of a worse idea, you reply, stepping away. Curiosity weighs on you for a short while until the caravan separates from the godstone. Godstone Dredge. Oh, yeah, because we're totally going to rest. No. You find Ollie at the edge of the light, staring at the godstone. Mind if I join you? Hard to find space around here. Just keep your voice down. That vicious, wrinkled fiffle won't share any of his drink, and my head hurts. In the distance, Spar takes a moment from lazily turning his Langspill to throw Ollie a wildly inappropriate gesture. Ran out of your own brew? I lost my flask when that whale thing shattered and froze in the ocean. You hear things coming out of my mouth? Sober is no way to live, Ivor. He stares blankly into the distance. What's your drink of choice? What's yours? Yox milk? Who cares? Never mind me. You know how some men can't handle their drink? I can't handle being dry. Makes my head hurt. That seems like a problem. Never has been before. Who would want to take in all this majesty clearly? I haven't been sober since I was 13, locked up in Beauregard's cell. He gets a faraway look in his eye. Room's my poison, to answer your question. Believe it or not, I can't even throw these axes worth a damn, dry as I am. But if I get a few drinks in me, I see bright ribbons in the air. Wait, you see lines of light? Damn right, showing me exactly where the axes are going to go. Usually I keep that sort of thing to myself, but what's the point? That's, he can see the threads. Okay. Ollie straightens his back as if startled. What are you talking about? Like the menders do. Weaving? Like this Nidinger who farts lightning and raises the dead? But only when I'm drunk? And you're just using it to throw things better? Ollie erupts into laughter, loud enough to make even Spar frown. What a time to be alive, eh, Varl? I'll drink to that. Don't tease. You pass Ollie your mead horn, and his hands shake as he gulps from it greedily. Ollie the Spellweaver. My mum always said I was special. Maybe you're not as bad as they say, Varl. Who says that? Just take the victory. So we have another magic man who can't use magic. And we're going to leave, because there's no way in hell I am resting and wasting the 6 days we have. Oh, how much farther? I wish I had a map, but it wouldn't work here, because there's no map, and everything's dead and warped. But I would like to know how far we are, so I can get a guess as to how close we're going to make it with the time we have left. I think that's the dome. Or the sun. Fuck. 5 more days. So where's the White Tower? We're so close. Please be close. Any of you ever tasted Tistleberry mead? Spar blurts in out of the midst of a deep and oppressive silence. You're all some grim company lately. I could really go for some Tistleberry right now. Others mumble in agreement, but someone passes around enough strong drink to spread around. Soon they are trying to one-up each other about what they plan to do when they turn to arboring. There's a lot. Well, might as well listen. As you all know, I don't drink, Ollie smirks to a couple laughs, but I knew a place back in Beauregard that'd make you glad to be sober. Bunch of animals, Valgard sighs. I'm going to put Strahd back together, see who finds their way back. I have a home there, and friends. He gives Ollie a stern look. Aedric chimes in. A home in Strahd would be fine. My family, I hope they've survived somehow. I can't be the only one here with a family. Someone mentions they saw Deitch with a goat, and he tries to laugh along with the others. I have a brother in Arborang, says Mogan. My twin. Didn't have a chance to leave things right. Now I'm regretting it. Yeah. You don't think the Dredge traveling with you understand what's being said, and that's probably for the best. Deitch manages to slip an opinion between the body chatter. I always wanted to... He quickly gets drowned out by the others, so he mumbles to a stop. I feel kind of bad for Deitch. Give me a pile of coin when all this is over. Big enough to sleep on, Bercy says. Been working for others my whole life, and it's wearing thin. Think I've earned some easy living. Yeah, no, if the people here don't get to be rich, that's gonna be sad. I even mustered up the courage to speak up. When this is done, I'll keep my feigned mouth shut, Ollie hollers over him, and the others roar with agreement. Ivan's smile vanishes, but even trying to relate may have brought him some goodwill. Bach says nothing, but everyone can tell he's thinking about spears. And our silent protector, Spark quips, and he looks at, yep, what's the great Jungfrau dream of in his sleep? Sure. Getting this done with. Nobody wants to die alone, eh? Even if you're far from home. Spar smiles. Satisfied, the caravan continues on, the tower growing ever close. We're so close, please. Oh my god, is this the tower? No, it's more stones. Why is it warmer right here? What? And why does this part look different from the rest? What? This is... Hold on. Swinging shards of smoky glass just askew from the ground as if flung here. At first it looks more like that inner earth strangers, but you realize these are splinters of the black sun. Images reflect off the mirrored surfaces, creating an illusory army of ravens as you walk through. Hold on, says Ollie. I think this was bad before. Now there's 6 of Deitch. The nauseating, sweaty warmth is still radiating from the fragments, has everyone eager to pass through, except Ivan. He has stopped at one, with his hand pressed against the glassy surface, looking at his own reflection. Avon? Come on, Ivan. I keep switching between Avon and Ivan. It's time to go. I hardly recognize myself. Could be worse. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to compare. The reality of what I must do is sinking in. We're getting close. Avon stares out in the distance. Now's not the time for second thoughts. It was always such a long way off. There was more time. Time for what, exactly? Avon sighs heavily. Juno revealed it already, but there's something you may not have fully grasped. Something she forbade me to tell you. She worried it might change things. No more secrets. The only way the black sun will return to the sky is for Juno to seal the darkness within. So she has to stay there, trapped, for eternity. A fate worse than death, and it was my fault. All she's done since is fight tooth and nail to make things right. All she's ever done. You can see anger spreading across Avon's face. He almost looks as if he's drawing energy from the sun shard. Ooh. What if there's another way? Ooh, no. Even with the sun broken, there must be energy enough here to destroy the serpent. It might be enough. No. We don't change the plan now. This was never my plan. I admit I broke things, but it's up to me to fix them. Who else can do this? Why should I keep asking for permission? Avon, think of your friends in Arborang. Avon's mouth becomes a thin line, and some of the fire in his eyes goes out. I know. I apologize. My thoughts have always been difficult to control, ever since birth. My mother was the head of the Vulcan in her time. When she had a boy, the council was worried. The males of our kind have always had a touch of madness to vary. Oh, great. So you're My father couldn't contain his own. Oh, great. I suppose that kind of power would be hard for anyone. It's a curse. I'm only alive at all thanks to Juno. She has kept the power within me from spilling out. When she spoke to me in a dream in Einartoft, I wasn't even sure if it was real. I had gone so long without her help, I was starting to lose control again. Everything she's done was to heal me, and for that she suffers. Can you imagine feeling so powerful and so weak at the same time? I can imagine. Avon nods and you feel that you've earned more of his trust. Great, so, he's going to go mad right when we have to seal Juno away because he won't be able to hold it together. That's fun. 3 more days. How much farther to the tower? We can't be that far, right? 2 2 more days? I'm just going to say it, Spargrasses. I'm starving, and I don't mean it as an expression. I'm so hungry I might die. The caravan is getting precariously low on food, and nobody dares to drink the water that pools in dark crevices. You're feeling it yourself. The stone singer seems to understand, though you've never seen them eat anything before, scraping a hard, bell-shaped object from the cliff wall and handing it to you with a motion like opening a book. Huh, I thought it was just more craggy rock, as far as taking the thing. It is a hard, obsidian shell, but once cracked open, it reveals a strikingly bright pink plant resides within, squished to the touch. It looks like a mushroom. It doesn't smell strange or display the same warped weirdness that everything else does. There seem to be... Ooh, clean mushroom. There seem to be quite a few more still hanging... Who's going to try it first? Ask people if it's safe. Alfred speaks up. I've eaten inner earth plants before, but I can't say if the darkness has tainted it. I can help if it makes you sick, though. Probably. Fuck it, eat it. It does remind you of a mushroom. It tastes like a mushroom. A couple minutes later, you're actually feeling a bit stronger, a bit more energized, in fact. The others cautiously gather handfuls and eat as much as they dare. You swear the caravan moves a little faster than before. Does time move slower now? No. No, it doesn't. God damn it. How many more? Keep a friend company. Alfred beckons during a short rest, patting the lonely rock at the caravan's edge. Innocent enough, but you see ulterior motives on her face, brighter than the white tower in the distance. It's still in the distance. You have something on your mind. You, Ivor. It's funny I should hate you. Many sculptors are my friends, and you are who they tell their children to fear. But I don't hate you. The more I know about you, the more about you I know, the more I like you. Is that really what you wanted to talk about? Straight to the point. Eyvind and Juno. They trust you, don't they? But I wonder if they have earned your trust. Yes. Trustworthy and loyal. Do you have any faults, Varl? Now, Juno, she may be weaving little truths, but step back. Look at the whole tapestry. They wield terrible power. Perhaps you've noticed. It's exactly why they've made the Order of the Menders. Ah, look over here. We're only healing the sick, building houses. Pay no mind to the madmen on ivory towers turning the world inside out. I've considered it. Come closer. Eyvind created a Fane immortal. Can you comprehend? Juno cannot die. But that wasn't their goal, was it? What is immortality without power? Misery. No, I think they are trying to make a god, to make themselves gods. Don't tell me you believe they've come so far just to undo it all. I mean, if Juno's trying to make herself become a god, I'd believe it, but I think Eyvind's really just like what is happening and trying to make sure Juno doesn't die. What are you implying? Not to sit back and let it happen, that should be clear. Say nothing now, I'm not asking for promises. But a time will come, and soon, I think, when you'll see the truth unfolding before your eyes. When that time comes, look to me, trust your instincts. Juno and Eyvind are not the only ones who know how to twist the threads. I will make certain what they claim to be doing is what is done. I've got to live here too, you know. Alright, so she can, if Juno and Eyvind start not, well, if Eyvind specifically, because Juno's going to be in the sun. Maybe? I don't know. Half a day! A distant rumble approaches, and all the things that could be race through your mind. Someone shouts earthquake, and the ground bucks beneath you. Violent shaking peels rock sheets off the nearby cliffs. They crash around you in great billowing clouds of dust. Is everyone alright? You shout in the aftermath. Knew I recognized you from somewhere, Valgard shouts. He's swinging at Ollie with clenched fists. This bastard tried to push me into the falling rocks. As the confusion and dust clear, frustrated ravens are lighting off steams with a chance of fight. Make it stop. Valgard manages at least one half-hearted punch to Ollie's face, but they push each other away. True enough, says Ollie, there'll be plenty of time to settle this later. Valgard spits. Count on it. That earthquake was no coincidence, Eyvind says, changing the subject. Same as when the serpent carved chasms to the earth above. Be on your guard. How much longer? No, I don't want... Is the Arborang dead? Oh my god. Alright, so the fact that we went back to Arboring means there's probably a chance we're going to go back to Arboring again. But how many times will we be able to do that before the whole thing it's just dead? Stop the caravan. The ravens reluctantly take the movement to catch their breaths. That's Bellower on our heels. We can't just ignore it. We all know how this is going to end. You all know what happens if we make a stand against Bellower. If the serpent awaits us at the tower, then we'll have to face it with Bellower at our backs. That's no option at all. If I'm going to die down here, may well be against a Sundeer. You won't come back. Who's going to take you there anyway? I'll go. Go where exactly? To speak with Bellower. I can speak with him. Perhaps he'll listen. Holy shit, that's a good idea. And I'm the only one who can create my own light. At worst, I can distract them for a moment. At best, maybe we learn something. Something about Alfred's willingness strikes you as odd. She winks slyly. And if he doesn't want to talk? It won't be the first time I've vanished without a trace. We'll meet up again at the road. I'm not going to be able to talk you out of this, am I? Nope. But maybe you have a message you want me to deliver? Tell him I'm sorry. Interesting. I'll try to be convincing. Alfred conjures a light of her own. Juno watches, but makes no move to stop her. And off she goes. Great. So these cliffs were homes for the dredge? Because I'm starting to see a lot of movement ahead. No. Okay. So every time I hit 0, it looks like it comes back here. If Arboring's story is written on a tapestry, the edges are becoming frayed, the menders are dying. A few to the warped, a couple to stray arrows and mad revolters, one to exhaustion. Zephyr pulls them back to the next set of walls, the new stain. Okay. Not everybody survived the scramble to safer ground, and you can see the lurching bodies of the fallen just beyond the black veil. Gone, but not dead. Alright. So yeah, there used to be stuff out here. So they're gonna pull it, they pulled it back to here. So I hit 0, it's at the edge. Here. Next one will probably be here. And then I would guess probably like the Great Hall to hide ourselves in. So we've got one more, maybe 2 more visits if we're lucky. Come quick, says the bloodied guard. He leads you up the wall to the menders, worse for wear. The warps pouring out of the darkness are still mostly dredged, but now you recognize more and more of them as Arboring's clansmen, turned into nightmare creatures. Whereas you begin noticing a pile of dead guards and a panicked mender holding his light against the approaching warps. Here, shouts Luden. On the other side of the mender he approaches the armed men. Haven't lost any menders yet. We've been fighting them off all the way down the walls, but they're coming a lot faster now. And there's more, he shouts. Shit. And, Luden's gone? Oh, right, because he's fighting. Yeah, sure. Alright. This works. Actually, no, hold on. We can pull it. Why didn't I think of just... Okay. Yep, this will work. We'll fight next time. Walete.